Today we will see in detail the Bloch's theorem, that is for periodic potential updated version. Already I have given this lecture. This one is the updated version of the same. So let us say we have a crystalline solid for which the potential is periodical one. That means you have ions at a particular distance, that is a, where a is the lattice constant, and we are considering a parameter L, the distance, uh, which is very large but finite, which is equal to n times a, where a is the lattice constant and n is the number of unit cell. So with this introduction we will move on to our problem. The potential V of x is equal to V of x plus a. You can see the potential at this point and here at the latest distance is the same naturally. In general, we can write V of x is equal to V of x plus r, where r is equal to n into a. See this potential here and here and here and here are the same. Since we are taking a larger distance, also is a periodic function, immediately it will come to our mind the Fourier transformation, Fourier technique. So the potential can be written as in the reciprocal lattice because distance is very large. Here in the reciprocal lattice, G is 1 over length. So this will become less for larger distance. So this can be written as summation over G B sub G e power I G x. Like potential, the wave function also periodical one. That is psi of x is equal to psi of x plus L, capital L. So where L is equal to NA, where N is number of unit cell. So this L is the distance between N number of unit cell. So this distance is very large, but it is finite. Naturally, we can go for the reciprocal lattice. Psi of x can be written as in the reciprocal lattice 1 over square root of L summation over k uk e power I k x, where k is equal to 2 pi m over n capital N k. So now the psi of kx can be written, psi k of x can be written as for a particular k value. And naturally, the summation will be removed. So this is equal to uk of x e power I k x. So this is called Bloch's theorem. Bloch's theorem consists of wave function in Bloch's theorem consists of two parameters. One is the plane waves. See, e power ikx is a plane wave, and another one is the amplitude, which depends on the value of position x, value of x, uk of x. So you can see here the amplitude at the point where ion is located is totally different from the options of ion. So it is periodical one. So it is this amplitude is not a constant, and it is varying with distance, but however it is periodicity, that you have to remember. That is u of uk of x is equal to uk of x plus r, where r is equal to na. R is equal to na. N is integer and a is the lattice distance. So that is the reason why I have used m here. So with this introduction, we will move further. uh, we have seen the plus equation. How to check it? Naturally, it must be a solution of a Schrodinger wave equation. So we know that the Schrodinger wave equation is minus h cross squared over 2m delta 2 psi of x over delta x2 plus v of x psi of x, which is equal to E is a constant and multiplied by psi of x. Now you take term by term. You take the first term minus h cross squared over 2m delta 2 psi over delta x2 is equal to, if you replace this by large expression, this will become 1 over square root of L summation over minus h cross squared over 2m delta 2 over delta x2 u sub k I k x. Now we have to take a second order derivative of this expression with respect to x. The exponential term only the depend, explicitly depend on x. So if you differentiate this exponential term twice, uh, first it will become ik, then that exponential term e power ikx. Then if you differentiate second time also, then another ik will come. Ik into ik is I squared k squared. Then this exponential term e power plus ikx. But this I squared k squared is I squared is minus 1. So minus k squared. So this can be replaced as minus k squared u of k exponential ikx. Here this minus and this minus will become plus. So naturally this will be h cross squared. Since it's a constant, I have taken out h cross squared k squared over 2m. H cross squared k squared over 2m. Summation over k uk e power ikx. So we have found the equivalent expression for the first term. Similarly, for second one, v of x psi of x is equal to, first you replace v of x. V of x is summation over g, v sub g e power igx. So that is well known one. And what is the wave function? 1 over L, square root of 1 over L, summation over k, and this term. U sub k e power ikx. Now this can be rewritten as 1 over square root of L, double summation over k and g. You bring this Vg front because Vg is not an operator, so V of g, V sub g, U sub k, then this exponential term can be written as uh, e power I k plus g multiplied by x. Now what I'm going to do is, in order to get the product in an elegant way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this k as k minus g. Naturally, here also I got to replace k minus g. So if you replace k minus g, here one plus g is there. So it will become minus g plus g will become 0. So e power ikx. So this is naturally the plane wave, what we expect from Bloch's theorem. And this is a periodic potential function. This one. Summation over g, v of g is periodic. So now we have to find only the right hand side. We will see what will happen to the right hand side. So now we will replace the terms for the Schrodinger wave equation. The first term is we have seen h cross squared h cross squared k squared over 2m 1 over L summation over u of k u of k e power I k x same thing. Second time you can replace 1 over square root of L summation over k summation over g bg u u k minus g e power I k x. uh, Similarly, here E is a constant, so you cannot disturb it. So psi of x is equal to 1 over square root of L summation over k u of k e power I k x. So this is the Bloch theorem. Now here you can see some interesting thing. Interesting thing means you can reduce this expression. All places 1 over L will go away from right hand side because it's a common. Similarly, e power x will go away. E power x, e power ikx, e power ikx. And so you can rewrite this as h cross squared k squared over 2m summation over k u of k plus g v of g u k minus g, which is equal to e summation over k u of k. Now, interestingly, this equation must be valid for each and individual k. Every k it is different. So, for a particular k, you can rewrite this is h cross squared k squared over 2m u of k plus summation over g v of g u k minus g, which is equal to e uh, u of k. So this is the Schrodinger equation in reciprocal lattice. That is momentum basis. H cross k is the momentum. So reciprocal basis you can see in scale space. So this can be written as the Hamiltonian in the reciprocal lattice operate on the wave function in the reciprocal lattice, which is equal to E of k and psi of k. We will see the important point that we have learned so far. Now we will see the important aspect of Bloch theorem. Bloch theorem states that the solution to the Schrodinger equation in a periodic potential can be expressed as plane waves modulated by the periodic function. Here periodic function is uk of x and plane wave. It is this as per this theorem, it is the wave function is expressed as plane wave multiplied by some modulation constant, which is function of x, not a constant, uh, uh, modulated function or periodic function u of k. Here the limitation is valid when psi of x is non-degenerate. That is when there is no other wave function with the same energy and wave number as psi of x. So the wave function can be written as u of kx e power ikx, and we have seen just now it is the solution for Schrodinger wave equation. So that means this theorem is valid. Thank you very much for watching my video and supporting me continuously. Thank you very much.